YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about what may be a new vampire cheese. I'm going to start off by showing you the Sternsman here, which is a Regiment of Renown Graveguard that has regen and a charged defense against all. I'm going to hit these guys with repeated cycle charges from Knights of the Blazing Sun, which is the shock cavalry that does fire damage. So this ought to be a pretty effective counter to the Sternsman. I'm going to spread my guys back out, haul back around for another charge. Charge is going to be a little bit wonky because the Graveguard is now in a very odd formation. But let's keep cycle charging them. If I can get completely extricated here, that'd be great, but my guys are getting slowed down trying to get out from amongst the Sternsman. So far you can see we've killed 10 of their units and done considerable hit point damage. I'm going to drop out some more of their health. Cycle out again. So with the shock cavalry we should keep cycling out and relying on that massive charge bonus to get the work done. I mean, this is a tough unit. It has like I said, it has charge defense against all. The only thing that's going for me here is that I got the flaming lances that do extra damage versus a regenerative unit, and we're gonna drop some more pretty significant damage on these guys, and that should be about it. So let's pull out and rinse and repeat. I mean, we're taking losses doing this. It's not for free, but we're definitely giving the Sternsmen the worst of this here. They won't seem so stern once they've been charred to perfection by the Knights of the Blazing Sun here. I love the charges in this game, by the way. They're quite beautiful. Alright. Cycle back out and do this again. And you all kind of get what's going on here. Obviously. We can do this, and we can obtain a relatively straightforward victory here. So we're going to wreck the Sternsman pretty hard on that charge. Their leadership is gone, so they're going to start crumbling. And they have... yeah, they're gone. Alright, so pretty decisive victory there. Let's see what happens, though, if we try out one of the new, late, and famous vampire crazes. So, what is the latest vampire craze? Well, I ran into something interesting online, and it was pretty brutal. I didn't actually end up getting to save the replay, unfortunately, but I did a rear charge with some Chaos Knights into an extremely blobbed up bunch of vampires, and their energy didn't drop at all, like their hit points. And it was because there was a Mr. Helman Ghorst, a Claw of Nagash, and then these Sternsmen were all in that blob. And there was other Graveguard in the blob that weren't Sternsmen, but I'm going to use these guys as an example. And I'm using these Knights of the Blazing Sun as a best case example. These guys are going to deal flaming damage. There's quite a lot of it. So if we look at the weapon strength, it doesn't break down to the flaming damage, but it says 40 and it's a flaming attack. So this ought to be significant flaming damage to a unit that is weak to it because it has the regenerate ability. So what we're going to do is show you just how insane, so they nerfed the overall replenishment by putting a cap on it. But if you ask me, they've made a mistake, and I'll show that to you, and I'd like to see what you think. So here we are. Let's take a look at this Sternsman Graveguard. What are they being affected by? I want the Graveguard. So they have the Reliquary Binding, which is replenishing their hit points. Regeneration, which is replenishing their hit points. Replenishes the hit. So they got Master of the Dead, Regeneration, the Reliquary Binding, the Unholy Lodestone, and that's it. So 4 different regenerations are stacking right now on the Sternsman. And hold it right there, folks. If you order 4 regenerations, the vampires, courtesy of the lore vampires, can throw in the 5th for free. That's right, folks, a 5th regeneration for free. It's called the Invocation of Nahek. So here we go, Invocation of Nahek. Look at that. They're almost gaining hit points in the fight with a unit that is a hard counter to them. So not only are they an anti-infantry, they are an anti-regenerative And you can see that the Sternsmen maintain basically their hit points in a prolonged fight with the Knights of the Sun. So these guys basically didn't even touch me on the charge. So, and not only that, it gets better, folks. That's right. You got the 5th regeneration for free, and you also get double the stacked damage on your Knights of the Blazing Sun. You can see there, I can't actually go down and mouse over it, but the Claw of Nagash and Helman Ghorst Corpse Cart are both inflicting a constant damage onto the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Like I said, you can see that they're barely even causing enough damage to drop my hit points, and I mean, just look how fast it heals up every time that healing kicks in. Oh, I could easily cast another Nagash here. Look, they're going to pull out and come back in for another charge. So be it. I'll probably get every last single one of my hit points back just in the short time that they turn around. So I had an army, a full army that was like this. It was Cairn Wraiths, Cryptors, Graveguard, zombies. There was no cavalry involved. It was just the Claw of Nagash, Helman Ghorst, and the Corpse Cart. And there was some skeleton spears and some other meat shield units. But basically, he was using an overcast Gaze of Nagash, and then the stacking replenishment, and then the stacking damage. And my army just got ripped apart because there was the constant damage from these two things, stacking with the damage being dealt by Graveguard, and then stack that against the regenerative effects, and it was just an absolute nightmare. And I even had a giant in the middle of the vampires, like, wailing on them. And it just wasn't doing anything. Like, you could not get enough damage done. And you can see here, no matter how much they keep charging my Graveguard, I can just keep replenishing my Graveguard to the point that this runs out, which it's about to. But look at that. We were able to defeat the Knights of the Blazing Sun very, very convincingly and easily there. I'm finally going to run out of replenishment hit points, but I'm still left with 5418 on this unit. Now, this is a idealized test, but this works in a main battle too. I'm going to test against the AI, but let me just show you. All right, we're going to test this out against an Empire army here. I'm going to basically just kind of let them do their thing for a minute. Charge me. They're light wizards using the Net of Ammon talk on me. Karl Franz is probably going to make a beeline for my Mortis engine or my other stuff there. I'm just going to try and swamp Franz with Cryptors. I've got my zombies running protection, basically, and I'm going to kind of protect my back lines a little bit. Right now, I don't need to regenerate anything. I'm getting plenty of regeneration out of my other spells, but unfortunately, the Net of Ammon talk is keeping me from pursuing Franz. There's a whole lot of Net of Ammon talk going on here, but that's just freed up. And it came right back. Boy, the AI likes its nets. It's okay. We're getting a little bit hammered. It's all good. Just keep my back lines protected. Make sure they can't charge me in the back. Let's keep my... You can see my Mortis engine and Helman Ghorst here both doing damage to all the Empire units in the vicinity. Franz is going to be pinned down with poison. I don't think he's going to have an easy time getting out of that fight. My Sternsman is taking fire from the crossbows, so I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the fight. Let's save our one spear unit for back here. I'm going to pour these guys into the fight. Had some Tithe zombies out here. I haven't even used Invocation into Heck yet, because I think the only thing I lost was zombies. So I'm just trying to show you just how powerful the magic is here. Okay, let's get our Cryptors back after Franz. So I mean, the Empire's just thrown in against me. Now, of course, they could try and outflank. They're doing all this stuff. They're shooting at me with their crossbows, which is good. Franz keeps getting away from me. You can see their army is just getting completely... I haven't even used Invocation into Heck. Just my guys in the center have so much regeneration that the Empire units can't really touch them, to be honest. And just for fun, at this point, I'll use Invocation into Heck over here, the Overcast, so that we can throw a bunch of hit points back onto all these guys, along with some Resurrection. So basically all the damage that the Empire had done over here is going to be undone. Let's get out here and stop the charge there. We can use our mortis engine to put a little bit of a charge on these guys here. Yeah, you can just see the immense amount of damage that I'm able to inflict. And again, a lot of this damage coming to these guys just because they're near my stuff. Let's pull these spears out that way. I'm gonna invocation into heck over here this time. So yeah, Franz gets wrecked, everything gets wrecked, and you'll notice that I didn't lose a single unit of my army that wasn't a zombie. Now again, it's the AI. The AI is not that good at attacking me, but based on the army that they had there, I mean, what do you think? I actually ran into this online. I forgot to save the replay. It's a big mistake on my part, so I messed it up. But I remember rear charging a dude with a couple of Chaos Knights and did nothing. Like, it didn't even budge the hit points of his men because he had an invocation in the heck going. So like, they literally didn't take any damage, even with the rear charge. Because remember, I was doing a best case scenario here. I gave the Empire flaming damage. Cavalry, which does extra damage to any unit that has the regenerate trait. So I was trying that. I mean, just look, they didn't touch me in terms of anything except for the zombies. So the zombies acted as my hit point shield, basically, and then just destroyed me. And then I just destroyed them from there on out. Now, again, it's the AI. I understand they're not perfect. They didn't utilize everything perfect there. Could they have used magic on the corpse cart that Ghorst was in? Could they have tried to go after the Claw of Nagash? Yes, absolutely. You can try and do those things, and you may succeed. Whenever I was trying to go after the corpse cart, I was hammering it with Kolek, and he was able to just slip away from me, and he would slip behind some other vampire units, and Kolek would get stuck. It's an ethereal unit, and it gets around pretty easy. And then Helman Ghorst and his corpse cart was actually a lot more slippery than you'd think too, as long as there's plenty of vampire units around. So basically, they can stay close, and your guys who are trying to chase them will take extra damage for trying to chase them, while they can kind of slip through their own units relatively untouched. And so I mean, I had cavalry after the Claw of Nagash. I hit it with and this was I think I killed like, it was like 50 or 60 vampires with the Hell Cannon before the fight. They just came in and melted my Chaos Infantry line, and Chaos Infantry's expensive but decent. They just melted it because of the Claw of Nagash, the way it takes away their hit points. He just ran right through my line with the Claw of Nagash, killed my Hell Cannon. Kolek couldn't kill it fast enough because he would slip away and just start replenishing. Then by the time the rest of his army got there, my Hell Cannon was dead, so I couldn't do any more damage. And it just absolutely melted my army with this. Now, it was Chaos. Chaos stinks. I don't expect them to win against the vampires, but what do you all think? Personally, I don't think that some of these regeneration effects should stack. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, you'll see these guys get in a fight. So yes, they capped the upper end of how much hit points you could give back to these guys, but that's the thing. The battle doesn't take that long, and the amount of hit points they can get back it's fine. I don't want them to reduce that. I feel like that they shouldn't allow the stacking of 4 different replenishment effects. I think it's just going to make more vampire cheese. That's just my thoughts. Again, if you all think I'm wrong, please feel free to comment. If I'm missing something, please comment. For those of you who watch these videos, I get some people that say, oh, you need to annotate in, or you need to upload a different video, like whenever you're wrong or something like that. I don't have time to come back and annotate all these things based on the comments. I can if I get a chance, but a lot of times I'm at work and I don't have a chance. So look at the comments, look at the discussion. That's part of the reason why I do these videos, is to create a discussion. Go in and check out what people are saying and see if it can be validated. But yeah, like I said, to me, it looks like there's definitely going to be some abuse of the fact that you can stack these things, and the damage effect from Ghorst stacks with the damage effect from the Mortis engine, so you have like a constant life leech going on your entire force that's anywhere near these guys. So you're losing hit points on top of losing hit points to the fighting, while the enemy could potentially be gaining hit points because they have 4 times the regenerative capability. Anyway, like I said, tell me what you think. I think it's broken, needs to be fixed. Just one thought. If you all agree with me, then, you know, it's obviously something I'll try and bring to Creative Assembly's attention, but definitely wanted to get some thoughts from the greater public before I go off whining about something that may not be that bad. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Hope you all enjoyed it. Appreciate you watching. Love making these videos for you. Appreciate MSI having sponsored the build that I'm recording this with. If you enjoyed it, I got a subscribe button down there in the bottom right. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. See you later.